Well, hello to me.
Hello. We kind of matched today, Paula. We kind of matched black and white. What's up, Paula?
Yeah, I know
What is
what's
up?
up. What's up?
What's up?
Well, you need to give me your recipes because, guys, you gotta see Tumi's channel. She does these things with food.
Oh, I don't post it on my
Lord Almighty.
I
No, but
just
you
I
sent
just
us something in the chat, in the group chat.
yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
why are you doing this? Why are
And
you
now
doing
I
this to
so
us?
I just copy like TikTok recipes. So when I'm like
It
super
looks so
hungry, yeah,
good.
I just copy TikTok recipes when I'm super hungry. So like the French toast that I made was basically like how in France they use like old baguettes to make French toast, not like how here we go and buy the bread and whatever. So like
Mm.
I've seen people literally use hot dog buns to make French toast, and I was like, oh, that's so creative. I know it sounds gross, but I don't know. I didn't use hot dog buns. I used an old baguette that was like, because like you when the baguette gets hard, you could just throw it in the trash, but like French people don't do that.
No,
And
they
I like,
don't.
yeah,
Actually, they don't.
yeah, they don't. So basically, I was just like, oh, let me just cut this up and like make French toast, and it was actually really good. So I sent you guys a picture.
I'm sorry. Let me see. That's
Hello.
my hello. Wait, just one second. Let me answer to my son. One second. I'm gonna put pause. It's my son. He
The meat
yeah.
and potatoes.
Sorry about that, guys. It was my son that called, and
Yeah,
he broke his foot, so I had to take the call. So, anyways, we're gonna get to this because to me and I have. I
yeah.
actually did. I think you also have done videos about this to me, right? Or
I
is this
have
the first
not.
time you've done?
I actually have not sat down and made a super comprehensive timeline of this particular story. This particular story, like I did talk about very briefly in one video about the overall timeline of her life and how she got into the royal family, but I never sat and talked about the men in her life in particular. I know, like, according to Taz, has done great videos on that. She did a
Yeah.
video called Social Climbing that was literally phenomenal, that had me
Yeah.
shocked about the whole spider web of networking and all that kind
When
of
you,
stuff.
is that when you stop being a squat stand?
No, no, I stopped. Okay, so I, well, obviously you haven't watched the video of how I got
I
out of
have
being a
watched.
fan
I
of
have
this woman.
to me. I have watched it,
No,
but I was
the original video. So basically, what
no,
happened
I
was,
haven't. You mean when you were a Sussex squad?
no, the video that I made, like literally right during Megxit, like January 2020, I made a video called "The Downfall of Harry and Meghan," and that was my like official exit of
Yeah.
of joining the Megxit,
Oh, that one
community.
I didn't watch. No, I didn't
Yeah,
watch.
so yeah, and that was honestly when I was still, if you listen to me talk, I was still kind of trying to make excuses for her at the time because I was like, this is so strange, but we'll see what happens, sort of vibes. Like, I
Mhm.
did not know that they were gonna go on Oprah, and it's funny because I don't know if you noticed that Oprah said, "Oh, I wanted to interview you before before Megxit, right?" And she's like, "Yeah, but the timing wasn't right." What does that mean? You know what I mean? What the timing wasn't right? Like, oh, what, we couldn't make money off of it, or we're like, what is that? What would the harm be if Oprah interviewed her as a royal
You
fiance?
know why? Because then Meghan wouldn't have been able to trash them if she was still
Mm-hmm.
in the UK. So they
Mm-hmm.
needed for her to be out of the way so Oprah could manipulate the headlines.
Mm-hmm.
Because she manipulated the headlines on that thing to the point that the UK papers threatened CBS and said, "Listen, you're manipulating the headlines. That's not what
Mm-hmm.
the headlines were about."
Yeah.
You know, so I actually did 4 videos about this. I
Mm-hmm.
did 4 videos because I pulled some. It was some, when you sent it in the group chat yesterday, I'm like, oh my gosh, I thought you had seen my videos, and I'm like,
No.
and then I realized it's just you also doing the
Yeah.
research.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I said we should both expose this because
Yeah.
Corey Vitiello, guys, believe it or not, he has exposed Meghan Markle, and it's really we're gonna. And I mean, the worst part of it all, and we always say that internet is forever,
It
you
is.
know, and it's incredible because they say that past behavior is a good predictor of future behavior.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't understand why people keep expecting Meghan Markle to change. I mean, she was with what's his name, Trevor Engelson. She married him in 2011. They hooked up in 2004. Within a month, she moved in with him because that's how narcs work. They need to trap you right away to keep control. So they need to invade your environment to keep that hold over you. They're completely invasive, right?
Yeah.
So she moved in, but that's it. So he moved. She moved. He moved in with. She moved in with him within a month. in
Yeah.
2004. Then they got married in 2011 before Suits took off because she didn't know whether Suits was going to take off or not, right? So she needed a backup plan. And then they were happily married for at least that's what Trevor thought until
Mhm.
he got
The rings in the mail.
the ring back. When was it? In November or December 2013?
And that's just so bizarre. And even Nanaki Pretty, her best friend, her childhood best friend, has corroborated the story. So it's not to say that he just made this up. She talked about it too and just said everyone in their circle was blindsided, like completely blindsided.
And I
And
want to ask
that's
you
not
something. I want to ask you because this, I don't know, sorry to interrupt you, because this story, before I forget, because I'm an old lady, because I need to verify this since you were such a Sussex fan. There were rumors that Meghan Markle fell off with Ninaki and she tried to accuse her of having an affair with Trevor. Is there any truth to that? Because I've
I
read
have
some articles about that.
I've never heard that, personally speaking. I've never heard that. But I know that Nanaki she did say that, like, everybody, like all their circle of friends was close, in the sense of, like, she knew Trevor because she's known Meghan her whole life, right? And so she's known Trevor and knew that whole trajectory of their relationship, and said that Meghan told him that, oh, we're so in love and this is the man I want to have kids with. They got married. Everybody thought, okay, she's gonna live happily ever after. You know what I mean? So it's just like, yeah. And I think after the divorce, Nanaki had said that after the divorce, that, you know, that's when she just realized how different Meghan had became, and said that whenever Meghan would come to Los Angeles, she would call her randomly. Like, if I said, "Oh, I'm gonna be in Los Angeles next week, do you want to hang out?" That's what normal people do. But if I just show up in Los Angeles and I'm like, "Hey, do you want to have lunch?" and you're like, "I'm at work," and I'm like, "Well, why don't you want to hang out with me?" And then when I show up to the restaurant, I'm wearing big sunglasses and a giant hat, and I'm like, "Oh my God, yeah, there's paparazzi. There's paparazzi every." So literally, her own childhood best friend, like, okay, I have a best friend that I've been best friends with since I was in middle school. Her name
Sorry.
is Seiko, and we're best friends. So if I ever started to have diva behavior, right, and somehow became famous or whatever, like, that's a person that would corroborate the story. So someone who's known you since you were 5, to me, has no reason to lie about you. And plus, in the Nike's family, I'm sure, has money, because she is the reason why Meghan went on vacation to Europe, like had her European girl summer before that was a huge TikTok trend. Had a European girl summer when she was still a teenager, which, good for her. That's great. And, I wish I could have went to Europe as a teenager too, but I did not. But so, she went to France, I believe Italy, um, England, of course, with the famous picture in front of Buckingham Palace, all of that kind of stuff. So I don't think that Nanaki was like, "Oh, give me $1 million or else I'm gonna expose your lies." She just said, "Yeah, that was my friend," and she has a habit of cutting off people who no longer serve her.
And she
When we're
also
all,
confirmed that Meghan was a fan of Princess Diana and she knew all about
Mhm,
the royal family. Okay,
mhm.
we're not going to make it long because, guys, we're going to get into this. And you're about, I mean, I've done a video, but because you guys, I'm a little bit more known now, have more subscribers. I know that my earlier videos were not that watched. So I figured we would do and what you're about to see is actually real, guys. And I
Yeah,
mean, when you
and
see what,
we have photos to back it up. Also,
yeah,
it's
and
not
when you
just.
see what Corey does, because Corey, bless his soul, he didn't know where he fell, so it's incredible how he exposes it, so but we're going to give you a little bit of a timeline on how Meghan, how her relationships, how should we put it, overlap.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I wanna go in super chronological order,
yeah.
because on my Instagram page and the highlights I have the order, but then there's also a guy named Michael Del Zotto from Toronto, who was a
Oh yeah, no,
Toronto Blue Jay, and I pulled up the picture of him too, and I want to talk about him just a little bit,
oh
because
yeah, of course,
yeah,
of course, of
yeah,
course.
yeah,
So
yeah.
what we're about to expose, it's going to blow you, so I hope. And then it's important the receipts. I just want to start with a couple of things. We're going to start here because let's not forget that Meghan Markle got married to Trevor in 2011 in Jamaica, right?
Yes.
This poor bastard thought that he was still with happily married. He was getting ready to go see Meghan when he receives the thing. But
And
this is what,
he was sorry, Paula. He was also, every time Suits was on, he was shouting her out on, I think, Facebook or Twitter. He
yeah,
had a podcast before podcasting was cool, and he would give her shout outs and be like, "Oh, my lady's on Suits. I'm so proud." Because again, Trevor was a producer. He produced movies like Remember Me with Robert Pattinson and the like.
yeah,
And he had helped, his connections helped her get a role in Suits. So, like,
yeah,
and
that's
the
it.
yeah,
It's him, by
yeah.
the way, just so you know,
Mhm.
it's his connections that got her that audition to begin with. Okay.
And one thing that I find extremely bizarre, and I'm gonna say this now because she does this with all the guys in her life, other than her dad, because she would post that that's her dad, right? On her Instagram. But one thing that I noticed that to me is very strange is how whenever she was married or in a romantic relationship, she never posted the man on her social media. She always somehow made it seem like she was single, even though she was a married woman. Like going back to her Instagram back to 2012, there was never, oh, me and my man, me and my boyfriend, me and my whatever. And I mean, I get it. There are some people who want to be public and some people who want to be private. But if you're basically hiding the fact that you're married or in a romantic relationship or you have a live-in boyfriend, I think that is so odd. Like I'm confused. Like that confuses me. So I I I've noticed that like when she was with Trevor, she never posted about him ever. She never posted about Corey. She never, and when she talks about how she got on Suits, hello? I can't hear you.
Well, but she posted
Oh,
pictures
okay.
of her. She posted pictures of her and Jake Rosenberg. She posted pictures of her and Rory McIlroy. She posted
Yeah.
pictures of herself and other men that,
But she never came out and said, "Oh, I'm dating this man." Like she would just post
I
secret,
understand. I understand. I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
saying that
She'd post,
she was playing
yeah,
the field while being in a relationship, and that's
yeah.
exactly what we're going to show. And
And
also, we're going to show
she
you how
just
Corey exposed her.
and she would act like they're just friends. But one thing that I noticed is when she would talk about how she got on Suits in interviews, she would say, "What is the guy's name that was her co-star? The guy, the love
Patrick,
interest." Yeah, okay, yeah, Patrick. What's his last name? I don't know his full name, so I don't want to butcher it. But anyways,
Patrick Adams. I don't know.
yeah, something like that. But so like no offense to him, I just don't remember his name. I know him as
Me
the guy from
neither.
Suits, Mike Ross from Suits. So she says in interviews going back to like 2012 that how she got on Suits was that she had auditioned for a role where she was playing a rich girl, and that the guy from Suits, her co-star, was playing a guy who was like more poor and was in love with her. But that the show, they filmed like a pilot episode, but the show didn't get picked up. So then she says TV saw us a certain way, and so when they made Suits, they just said, "Oh, Megan and this guy have good chemistry together because of the pilot episode, so we're gonna put them together." But that's where I get so confused because I'm like, if you filmed one episode and people who are producers saw it and then they didn't put money behind it, what do you mean by TV sees us a certain way? Because we on TV sees us okay. So I'm a huge Bollywood fan, right? Indian movies, Bollywood movies. There's a concept in Bollywood specifically called a Jodi, where like an actor and an actress, like let's say in America, Idris Elba and Halle Berry get cast in the same movie, right? And they are so popular as an on-screen couple that they make 5 movies together. That would be a Bollywood Jodi, right? And if you say, "Oh, what's your favorite Jodi?" That means who's your favorite on-screen couple that you feel like has the most chemistry, right? And so that to me would be, oh, TV, Hollywood, Bollywood sees us in a certain way because you are so popular in this one movie together that you get cast as a couple 5 times. TV sees us a certain way to me does not mean we were in a pilot that was never picked up, that a few executives saw, and then somehow 5 years later we got cast together again. To me, that phrase that she uses, because she uses the same phrases over and over like a jukebox, like it doesn't make sense to say TV saw us in a certain way when nobody on TV saw that pilot episode or that old show or whatever it is that you're talking about. So I just think it does a disservice to like literally act like nobody helped you when your life is full of help. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't be like, "Oh, like the laptop that I'm using, my mom bought it for me." I wouldn't be like, "Oh, I'm a self-made woman. I did everything myself. I want to thank me and me to get myself to where I am today." That doesn't make sense. It just really doesn't make sense. So I just wanted to say that I
Ah,
thought number one, that phrase that she uses is so strange because TV never saw them together until Suits, and number two, I think it's odd that like no matter who she was dating, she never came out and said, "Oh, me and my man." Like how Corey posted us
yeah, yeah, yeah.
a
We're going to show
caption.
all of that. Yeah.
Yeah, he posted a caption saying, "Oh, lunching with my lady," with her tagged in the post. So it's just weird how she never, even on the TIG, she posted about, "Oh, it's Valentine's Day, self-love, love yourself, buy yourself flowers." She never said, "Oh, I'm going on a romantic date night." Nothing. There was just nothing. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so let's get started with this, guys, because this is where the timeline starts. Okay. We're not
Mhm.
making any of this up. This is right here. This is Gina Nelthorpe Cowan. She was Megan's last PR person that she met, right? And
Mhm.
then she's talking here in this. This is in April 2018, right before they got married, right?
Mhm.
And she's talking how they met and they were like, and then she said to her, Megan has just told me I'm going on a date night. Recalls her dining partner that day, friend and former agent Gina Nelthorpe Cowan with Prince Harry. I looked at
Yeah.
how stunning she was, and I just thought there's no way he's going to be able to resist her, right? And that's the lady right there,
Mhm.
right? And then, of course, she goes on, she was right, which is not surprising because Dina, blah, blah. In 2 years working together, so they have been working for 2 years. Okay, guys?
Mhm.
This is and then they're talking that today, just weeks before the May 19th wedding, Gina pays tribute to the 36 excuse me year old Megan. Okay, so what is the funny thing here, guys? And this is very important, guys, because this is them. They traveled for 2 years, they traveled everywhere. Okay.
Yeah. And they went to Malta together also.
Yep. She's the one who arranged the thing for Malta. She
Mhm.
says that Megan says her former agent likes to move on, speaking in her London office, a converted warehouse. Gina is clearly fond of Megan. It is easy to see why the two women had such a strong connection. However, Megan dumped her pretty much. Okay.
Mhm. Mhm.
So this is it started with the first time they met in October 2014 when Gina and Kruger Count were working with the One Young World Conference, a youth summit to inspire 18 to 30-year-olds. And Meghan was the star, who was starring in the U.S. legal drama Suits, expressed a keen interest in becoming involved. So when I arrived at Meghan's hotel room, her then boyfriend, Toronto chef Corey Vitiello, opened the door. Keep in mind the date. It's
October
October
2014. Yeah.
2014. Now, why am I going to talk about this, guys? I'm going to show you now because, as we know, Meghan Megan is the kind of woman who doesn't leave a man unless she has a second plan.
Mhm.
Now, let's not forget that she married Corey Vitiello, and Corey Vitiello, as far as November 2013, he thought he was happily married, right?
You mean
So,
Trevor?
Trevor, sorry, yeah, he
Yeah.
thought he was happily married. Sorry about that. It's just so many men, okay? So here we have this is Doria Raglan. Now, I want you guys to know that Trevor was the main chef at the Harbor Room, which is a very swanky, posh restaurant in Toronto. Okay. So this is Meghan Markle. This is Doria. Meghan Markle, my mom, belated birthday dinner, mom. This is September 22nd, 2013.
Why is she spelling mom like British people?
I have no idea because,
Yeah. Okay.
and now she calls Harry Papa. So this is September 22nd, 2013. And this is at the Harbor Room because she's hashtagging Corey.
Mhm.
According to Corey, what Corey told some friends, they were in a relationship since July 2013. He thought she was divorced. Okay.
Mm. Mm.
And yeah. And so he thought she was divorced. So, and of course, Doria comes to see her and they go to the Harbor Room. And of course, Corey entertained them. This is Meghan Markle's own posting. It's September 22nd, 2013, guys. Okay. So there she is with Doria. And so she had about a year relationship. So when her relationship with Corey didn't just start, guys, um, in 2014. The relationship started in 2013, well, early 2013, while Meghan Markle was still married to to or at least Trevor thought she was happily married to him, right? Now, I have a couple of other things also from 2013 when Meghan Markle pretty much was spending all of her time in London and in New York.
Can you also share my screen? I want
Yeah,
to show
I'm gonna
you.
do
I
that.
want to yeah, I want to show you something that
Can you make it big though? Because I don't have control over
can
that.
wait, can you share the one where it says sports Kita? The other tab that's open? Do you know if you can
I
control
don't
which
have
tab
the
is
other
open?
tab. I don't have the other
Okay.
tab. I only have the
Wait.
little bear.
Oh wait, hold on. Okay, here we go. Fine. I found it. Okay.
You're
So
stressing me.
sorry,
You know
I
that
found
I'm
it.
not good with technology. What are you doing to me today?
There is an article saying, did Michael Del Zotto's friendship with Meghan Markle caused her to split from ex-husband Trevor Engelson, right? So this is Meghan over here. This is Michael Del Zotto now, and then that's her. in the picture. And also she was with her other friend from Suits in the picture to the left hand side of her. So there's that. But I'm just gonna read this very quick. Since you're bringing up 2013, right? Let's get here because this has dates too. Markle was previously married to American actor and producer Trevor Engelson. Their wedding took place in September 2011, yet their marital journey was short-lived, ending in divorce in August 2013. In April 2013, a few months before her divorce, Meghan shared photographs of her meeting with Canadian ice hockey player Michael Del Zotto on social media. She also expressed admiration for him, sparking speculation about their relationship, particularly given her marriage to Trevor Engelson at the time. Personally, I just don't believe that because, like, if I went to a basketball game and met like LeBron James and I was like, oh my gosh, LeBron James is so cool. Like, he's amazing. Like, it was so nice to meet him. No one would be like, oh, did she break up with her boyfriend because of LeBron James? Like, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know much about hockey. I don't know how big this guy is in Canada, but I just thought that's so weird. So there's the photograph where you can see.
Also, I don't know if you have that tweet of another hockey player who tweeted Meghan Markle, I'm going to send a card for you. And then he posted another tweet that said, I didn't know you were married, Meghan Markle. I'm going to unfollow you.
Oh yeah, I know exactly. I
You
know
know
exactly.
and he was like a young guy, like, you know, a young
Yeah.
hockey player. And
Yeah.
he was like, Meghan Markle, I'm sending the car for you to the airport, right? And then in
Yeah.
another tweet, he goes like a couple of weeks, I didn't know you were married, you know? Why didn't you tell me you were married? Do you have those or no?
No, I don't. I don't have that.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah.
So
Wait.
now we know because Trevor didn't know. Meghan Markle sent him the ring and the papers in November. And it went really quickly because by February the divorce was final. You know? Oh, look.
Yeah, those are the pictures where she was going to the games, right? So then she went to the games a few times and then started wearing a Toronto Blue Jays hat or whatever. And then he claims that all of a sudden paparazzi were like following him around,
That was
hounding
Meghan
him when
calling him.
yeah, hounding him after he came out of the games, talking about are you with her, are you not with her, whatever. And I just think that I'm just like, so he said, oh yeah, I understand. I don't know who it was, but he was referring to, he's like, yeah, I understand what it's like to be mobbed by paparazzi because of,
He did a
I'm
podcast
sorry,
about it. He did
they're
a
like
podcast about it. He
they're
did a
cleaning
podcast about it.
they're cleaning the streets outside if you hear noise in the background.
That's okay.
Okay, yeah.
But it's
So
because Meghan Markle called the pap because she
of course.
wanted, you know, that thing. So I'm going to show you something. So this woman, by the way, in 2012 and 2013, she was going to New York quite a few times. I actually posted in the community page today a picture of Meghan Markle and Sarah Fergie, going to that Digovich or something like that thing for let me see if I have it here. Well, so they're going there because there's a Fergie connection there, of course, in Soho House and stuff like that, right? So, but it's like here, a Fergie, it was Sarah Ferguson. It's a Novak Djokovic Foundation that Meghan Markle and Fergie attended in 2013 in New York.
I
Okay.
did not even know about that.
Yep, and Soho House, yeah, it's right here. And then Meghan Markle, she called herself a model. She says, New York, September 10, model Meghan Markle attends the Novak Djokovic Foundation New York dinner at Capital on September 10, 2013 in New York City. And Sarah Ferguson was very, very much also in that foundation as well.
And remember, she had her Wikipedia page changed when she started dating him to say, "Oh, she's not a supermodel; she's a humanitarian." Blah blah
Yes.
blah. So, and that's been on public record, you know.
Yeah, and here we
So
have Meghan Markle with what's his name? With Marcus Anderson. This is in London, guys. She's thinking always a fun night with the best date ever. Marcus Anderson. This is November 11, 2013. She was already with Corey Vitello. Okay. She had already, Corey Vitello was already spending a lot of time with her, and she would come in. She had already met his family, by the way, because that's how fast they move. Okay.
And can you share my screen real quick? Yeah, I didn't know that after the Toronto Blue Jays thing, she was with Corey that fast in 2013. I did not even know that.
Oh yeah. They got together in July.
Well, because also she had written about him in the TIG.
Yep.
And so that was basically how she like hooked him by like writing about him on her blog, and oh yeah, his
Well,
food is so
actually, it
good.
was through Jessica Mulrooney, because Jessica
And
Mulrooney, she would go to all these hockey. Jessica Mulrooney was her ticket in, her
yeah,
way.
well, she was her Marcus Anderson before there was a Marcus Anderson.
Yeah, well, she introduced him to Marcus Anderson because
Yeah.
before Megan was going to Soho House, but
Hmm.
she wasn't invited. She was like, this kind of Soho House
Hmm.
walker, whatever you want to
Hmm.
call it.
Hmm.
And by the way, she never had a membership at Soho House.
Yeah,
She
she
was
was
always
like a
on
plus one.
pretext. Yeah, well, she was always a plus one because a lot of
Yeah.
people are confused about that.
Yeah.
Your screen is gone, so so
Oh, hold on, wait, sorry. Yeah, no.
that's why I can't
Give me.
share.
I'm gonna. Okay.
Because in that picture, I just wanted because she stayed there from 11. Let me see, from 11. That was November 11 because she went to the opening of the in Leicester Square of the Hunger Games.
Hmm.
And and that was November 11. And then she was still there in November 19,
Yes, this
2013.
was
So this woman, I don't
um
understand when she worked because she was never there. Keep in mind, thank you, London. You have taken such good care of me. See you soon. And
mhm,
she's at Soho House, clearly.
mhm. Can you share my screen really quick?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Of course, I'm gonna
Yeah,
just
okay.
remember that
Thank
when
you.
I'm showing this. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just getting rid of the pictures because then I don't. Okay, and here we go.
And so this is a real picture
Make it
because
large.
yes, this is a real pic. Oh, I did. I already zoomed in. This is a real picture. Some people are mad because they're like, this is fake. No, it's not. This is a actual real picture. And I have found the actual magazine cover by itself with Catherine on it, but it says twins for Will and Kate on the cover, right? And there's Catherine on the cover because there was speculation when Catherine got pregnant the first time with Prince George that she was having twins, right? But that was just tabloid rumors. And guess who was holding the tabloid in her hand? This woman right here. And then she also, this was in 2013 when she wrote about how, oh, women have this childhood fantasy of being princesses, but I want to be Shira, the princess of power, right? So, um, also, wait, hold on, sorry, wait, hold, is this okay? Hold on. So all this stuff about how she was so shy and how she was all, this is when she went to an ADL meeting with Trevor, the Anti-Defamation League. So yeah, that was her on the red carpet. Hold on, sorry. And then, as we know, she loved Ivanka Trump. She did a TikTok with her in, I believe, before 2016, before her father started running for office, and she wrote this glowing article about how let me read it to you. Hold on, I won't read the whole thing, but she says, let's take a moment and discuss Ivanka Trump. This is on Meghan Markle's blog. I know the words are small, but I'm going to read them to you. Let's take a moment and discuss Ivanka Trump. Staggeringly beautiful, no question, but so incredibly savvy and intelligent that she's not just carved a niche for herself under her father's famed Trump notoriety, she has undoubtedly created her own empire. It's so easy to knock girls who come from privilege, meaning herself, to assume that they um rested on their laurels and garnered accolades simply by being fancy from the womb. But I always remember Ivanka being different. She wasn't dancing on tables as a teenager or releasing pop albums. She wasn't running amok publicly, swearing and being smacked with DUIs, which is throwing shade to like Lindsay Lohan and Paris Hilton and those types of people.
And Britney Spears and everybody.
Yeah, literally everybody. Instead, she was graduating from the Wharton School, cum laude, I might add, which means she had like the best grades ever, launching the Trump Hotel collection and building her own brand, the brand named after herself, which by the way seems to include every covetable thing one could imagine. Don't get me started on her jewelry collection. The late night window shopping I've done on my computer, snuggled up in my bed with a glass of wine, staring longingly at the beautiful designs. And there are the shoes, the home collection, the clothing, and the natural extension of her brand with the kids collection. A smart choice given that she's a proud mama. She does it all. When I sent an email asking to do a TikTok, not only did she get back to me immediately with such honest responses, but we also began planning drinks and dinner for the next time I was in NY. I often ask powerful and successful women how they balance it all, juggling work, being a mom, a wife, and taking time for yourself and taking care of yourself. Straddling the line between letting yourself go or looking like you just stepped off the runway or at least had time to put lipstick on. How do they do it? How does she do it? This much I know. When we have drinks, I'll make sure I order whatever she does, whatever she does, because this woman seems to have the formula for success and happiness down pat. So this was in 2014. Um, it was in September 8th, 2014 on the TIG. So I mean, this whole thing of like, she's so
She's
okay,
full of
this is,
lies. That's pretty much
yeah,
it.
yeah, basically, yeah. So I just wanted to show also her Instagram trail. You already showed
Yeah.
this photo of her in London, which I'm glad
Mhm.
that you did. And then she has this photo right here
What day is that?
from
What's the date?
December 12th, 2013.
So this
Because
woman spent basically the November and December. When was she filming? And she was with Corey Vitiello, you know?
and she says, because it's hard to get a cab, hashtag London, hashtag fancy, right? Then she's at the UN, but that's not what I wanted to talk about in this video. There's the Rwanda trip. Okay, during the Rwanda trip, this photo obviously happened, which we've all seen this photo. This is again before she met Harry in like what, 2015, something to that effect.
Yeah.
And so yeah, okay. Then we have the infamous, because 48 hours in Istanbul may be the best 48 hours of your life with Misha Nono. But I wanted to talk about Misha Nono, and I have that picture somewhere in here. These were her modeling days before she was, you
Yeah.
know, all these photos. But sorry, I have to just scroll through these. And then all that. Wait, hold on. Oh, this is when she had said that
This
she
is in
loved.
2014 when she came and she posed on the red carpet with a guy. This is for
Yeah, it was actually in 2013. She was
oh,
in
yeah,
London.
oh, by
Yes.
the way, also, so you guys know, there was this lady in from the Daily Mail, Katie, I think her name is Katie Hine or something like that, where she said that her agent, Meghan's agent, then agent, begged her to meet with her because apparently she had called around trying to get her an interview with somebody and nobody wanted. So they bribed her and said, if you go and meet with her and give her an interview, we'll buy you a bottle of wine. So she showed up. And this was in August 2013. So Meghan was in London in August 2013. When was this woman ever filming? Because she was always in London or in New York.
And
And
she
she,
also went to Paris at one point too.
yeah, and
Yeah.
she told Katie Hine, because Katie Hine has gone on record saying that Meghan Markle told her in August 2013 that she was looking for men while she was
Hmm.
hooked up with
A
Corey
British guy.
Vitiello.
Yeah.
So let's continue with the timeline. So this
And
is
I
this is very, go for it, go.
Yes, and this one is pretty crazy too. I thought this was nuts, and thank you to According to Taz for even bringing this up in her video, because this was when I would like pause the video and I was shocked. So in September 2012, Pippa Middleton, and I actually remember this moment happening in real time because this was like around the time of the royal wedding, like a year after. But Pippa Middleton, she was in New York a lot at that time and doing her own thing. Good for her. And so Pippa was spotted in New York exiting Soho House with this handsome man named Alexander. And she was wearing this red dress and she got into a taxi and it was all glam. There were so many paparazzi because 2012 was when there was like the golden age of paparazzi and everyone wanted that connection to the royal family. So
Yeah.
having Pippa Middleton in New York was a big deal. But this red dress was designed by Misha Nunu. Okay. And so, of course, Meghan becomes besties with Misha Nunu and is being taken to, this was, I think, the CDFA, like the Fashion Designers Awards, something to that effect in New York, and she wore this silver dress. I have no issues with Misha, but I just think the whole social climbing aspect is just so fascinating to me. And she became friends with Misha, who is friends with Eugenie. They've been in pictures, eating dinner
In
together,
Soho
and all
House
of that
and
kind
in
of stuff.
Soho House,
Yes,
always in Soho House, because let's not forget that Eugenie moved to New York from
yes,
2013 to
yes.
2015.
I remember that. Yeah.
And Eugenie was a fixed thing at Soho House, and also with Georgina Chapman, and the lady or the founder of Marchesa, that fashion label, and she was
Mm-hmm.
married to Harvey Weinstein. Okay, and Meghan
Mm.
Markle went to many of her openings and Soho House parties and everything like that. There's even pictures of Meghan Markle there. So
Yes.
2014, keep in mind that Meghan Markle was already, because we have Gina Nelthorpe who said that in October Meghan wanted to be part of One World, the One World thing, right? So she
Mhm.
hired Nina to get her that gig, because for Meghan Markle, these are not philanthropic things. These are gigs. They are a step to get her more exposure and put an image that doesn't exist. So
Mhm.
Corey Vitiello is there because he opened the door at the hotel room. So they were there. They were
Yep.
in that hotel room, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
now we're gonna take you to this, guys, because it's I find that this is very important that we're gonna start, because this is where things absolutely, this is how Corey exposes Meghan, and it is actually quite brutal. Let me show you this right now. Here we go. Let me see. As you can see, this is Rachel Meghan Markle.
Mm-hmm.
This picture was taken in Iceland. She says that she's in Iceland, right? That
Mm-hmm.
she's alone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
On the
It
rooftop,
says
yeah.
this: what a pleasure to meet you. Cheers to another amazing year to come. And everybody,
2016, yeah.
yeah, it was 2015 going on and beginning 2016. So this was December 31st,
And
2015.
she wrote about it on the TIG, and then had her PR people say that her trip to Iceland was her last solo trip before she met Harry, that she was there by herself. She wrote about it on the TIG. She went to Iceland, woo, 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 and has pictures from Iceland. So, okay,
Yeah.
sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
So this is this. Thank you. So there, now we're gonna show you this, and we're gonna show you other stuff that is absolutely disgustingly. And you know what? I am amazed. I'm amazed that Corey was so kind, and and didn't say anything.
Mm,
Guess who that is? That is Corey Vitiello, and this is in the town of Aidan Butler, and they're at Moshe Lundstrom's wedding. So they were at somebody's wedding there. Good start to day one. This is December 29, 2015.
mhm.
Okay. So guess who was there too? And this is the thing that I'm always wondering when let me see, I have to get her. Who's that? Who's that? Who's that? Who's
And
that?
to say, and if you look the way you said it, is that company, but if
That
you
be,
look at
could that be
it's
to
this,
me, could that be Meghan?
I guess so. But if you look her up on with her in Iceland, of course, he's there December 29th. She's there January 1st. She posted that picture on her own Instagram. Like she posted on the TIG that she was in Iceland that same time. So you cannot tell me it's a coincidence.
No, you can't.
Yeah,
Now,
she was,
guys,
and I
this
was
is gonna
asking
get
myself,
juicier. Wait, to
yeah,
me, this is
yeah.
gonna get juicier, guys. So now for the second part, that please hold on to your and clutch your pearls, all of you, because we're gonna do a second part. But the second part is on Tumi's channel. So we're gonna
Yay.
go to Tumi's channel for the second part, because what's coming next, we're giving you a background. So in the background is the following: Rachel Meghan Markle got married to Trevor in 2011, right? In 2013, this woman was hooking up with at least two hockey players, and she hooked up with Corey Vitiello from July 2013. Okay. And in September 2013, we see Doria eating dinner at the Harbor Room, because, of course, Meghan Markle was already dating
Mm-hmm.
Corey Vitiello.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So this is in September, but she hooked up in July before before poor Trevor got the papers in the mail, because he officially got the papers in the mail apparently at the beginning of November, and all hell broke loose because she was nasty. I mean, that's pretty close to Christmas. And because apparently she blocked him completely, guys. He couldn't even talk to her. He couldn't even get on the plane or anything to go talk to her, because she completely blocked him. So he reached out to her father, and her father, of course, I don't know what happened there. And nobody knew. Nina Kipri, I mean, couldn't talk. You know how Meghan Markle is. She cut you off completely. Okay. And then, but she was already with two hockey players and Corey Vitiello, who thought that he was her boyfriend. Okay. And Meghan Markle is traveling to London in 2013 looking for a boyfriend, because, we've had a reporter say that. And she spent pretty much August, November, December in London and in New York. So this woman, and all on behalf of Soho House, because all of those locations were Marcus Anderson and Soho House.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now we're going to get you how, this is how I think Corey, this is how he got even with her. And good on him, because it's about time that he exposes her. So let's go, and I'm going to finish this video here. Thank you very much. Go follow Tumi. I will leave the link in the video description. Go subscribe to her, beautiful people. I don't even know how you do that.
It's just like that.
Okay, yeah. And then we're gonna do. Oh, what happened here? What did I do?
It's
Did you see the
magic.
heart thing? I just learned something. I do me. What if I do this?
I don't know. I don't think it
I
does
know that
anything.
something comes up.
Oh,
Oh, there you
oh,
go. Okay.
wow.
So click the like button, subscribe, beautiful people. What are you waiting for? Oh, by the way, can you please help Megan Small? I'll leave the link also for her little puppy. We need to get him humping as soon as possible because his hind leg and the back, it's busted. I want to thank all of you who have donated. So thank you very much. You know, we're a community, and I mean, I have this little platform, and if I can help my fellow YouTubers, you know, and the little puppy, it's very much appreciated. So you guys absolutely kick ass and head on to Tumi's because we're gonna do the second part of the interview, and you can brag
Hmm.
about it. You can brag about it. Say,